Tommy.
Everyone, just make sure you're sharing and sharing. You're on the Instagram, make sure you go to the Instagram and share. Brother, make sure you're sharing. And share on Facebook, YouTube, all the platforms in the YouTube space. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. All right. Thank you.
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out, we stand up. You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out, we stand up. You're watching the Brothers of
Yeah.
I still ain't get in.
You don't know your password.
I was like the guy on Lawnmower Man trying to get out of that trap. I'm like, this one, no, this one. I'm like, deny. Sorry, your password is incorrect. Please double check your password. Deny. I'm like,
Lawnmower Man. Who remember that movie? Wow, he went back.
yeah.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I'm your host, A.D. Walker. To my left is Mr. Larry Banks. Right below me is Thomas Cotton in the building. Right below is Mr. Kaneem fooling with your phone. Curvey. And, it's Wednesday. It's not Wednesday. It's Thursday. It is Bust Out the Law Thursday with my man, Jared Mosley, back in the building. Appreciate you being here, sharing your knowledge on not only law, but we got a little taste of some workout health knowledge.
Man. Good morning.
Real
man.
about avocado toast and not eating meat.
Yeah, if you don't eat pork, you don't eat meat. That's just
Right? If you don't eat pork, you don't eat meat. You're a vegan, man. You're a vegan, brother. Certified vegan. Oh, man. All right. So we appreciate you guys being here. We're talking. I put having the right legal protection, just kind of opening up. Thomas, appreciate you responding to the group me because I put it in. I'm gonna have Jared on. What questions or things would you like to kind of bring up? So we're going before we get started. Larry, what's today's word? What's word of the day? What's today's word?
Oh, this is again from my brother, and he's kind of upset with me. He was like, "You gonna keep coming at me every day?" I'm like, "It's not every day.
Every day.
It's only Tuesday
through Friday."
Yeah.
Tuesday through Friday.
And he goes, "That's every day." So then, him and Kaneem would be best friends. He was like, he gave me a word that I can't say here.
Uh-oh.
Started with an F and it ended with an F.
Wait, you said started with an F?
Started with an F, ended with an F.
Yeah, because it was two words together. Like, here go, to get out of here. He was telling me to get out of here. He was like, get out of here, leave me alone.
So he told you to fudge off. Okay.
Yeah. So he was like, fine. And the word is, it's a hyphenated word. He uses the backing of it often. He said he's getting his use of it high now, but the hyphenated word is self-efficacy. Self-efficacy.
Man.
Efficacy.
All right, so
okay.
This is crazy. I actually use this word all the time.
Okay. Look at that.
It's a regular in my vocabulary. So, go ahead, Kani.
That really clarifies and gives me true vision that we run in different circles. Never use that in sentence as self-efficacy. I don't even know what efficacy means. Matter of fact, self. So you had to first define efficacy, and then I can go forward.
All right, there we go. Let's get the first
what
part.
You say about my mama? Efficacy.
What's up, Lisa? What's up, Mama McCory? Sam in the building. Good morning. What's up, Richard?
Give a shout out to the newly Mrs. Cotton. We see she jumped in again.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric in the building. Mrs. Cotton in the building. Good morning.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. So he says, conveying a high level of belief in oneself. Conveying a high level of belief in oneself.
That's what efficacy means, or that's what the whole thing means?
Basically, you have the capacity to do what's necessary to reach your goals, and but you equip people to become, better to reach where they're going. So self-efficacy, it's what we do.
Okay.
Yeah, he is a little hard. He is smiling a little hard this morning.
I guess you would use that all the time, Thomas. You out there trying to assist your community.
Efficacifying? No.
The
peoples.
We equipping people.
Self-efficacy.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what we do.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, moving along, today is National Dress Your Pet Up Day.
Oh, why you do me like that?
Oh, is it really?
Today's
when I wake up, babe, I look at you and I smile a lot. I do. That's what I do. Oh, yes. Today is National Dress Your Pet Up Day. Dress up your pet day. So, all of y'all with animals, make sure you throw a sweater on them today. Throw a sweater on them. Give them some shoes or something. Let's go and dress our pets up.
You ain't do nothing for yours.
Carolyn, put something on.
Mine to tear it up. Mine gonna just rip it up, tear up the sweater, eat the shoes, eat the socks. No matter what I do.
But that could be like
you can't take nowhere, can you?
Nowhere.
You don't know how to act whenever.
Right. Make sure I get Brooklyn a sweater so she can chew it up, because that's all she gonna just be. Then she gonna get it and rip that joke off. Oh man! So make sure you dress your pet if you can do so. All right. Again, we have Jehrid in the building. Thank you for hanging out with us. I know we just gave you 19 minutes of warm up. We're just warming you up a little bit. She said, "Don't talk about my dog. Don't do that. You know she's crazy. She's crazy."
Yeah, Chris, I hear you.
Chris in the building. He said, "I dress up my Costco chicken with some mashed potatoes and hot sauce." Yes,
I'm right there with you, Chris.
All right. So this ain't no shade or anything, but Sam goes, "Make sure you get Brooklyn a sweater," and then she's like, "Don't talk about my dog." So you got to go get the sweater, but don't talk about the dog.
Yeah.
My dog.
Yeah.
Go get my dog a sweater. Go get your dog a sweater.
Right.
Don't
Go
talk
get my
about
dog a
my
sweater.
We ain't talking about Brooklyn today. Brooklyn's in the house.
Brooklyn's in the house.
What do you guys think about dressing your animals up and taking them places? And
It's
you
crazy.
think animals actually like that kind of stuff?
I don't think so.
Or do they think they be hot?
I think they hot for the most part, unless they're like a real small dog, because the small ones look like they're really comfortable.
Well, they like the attention. What happens is they're like, "Oh, that dog looks so cute." Next thing they get picked up and held, and
the small dogs, but the big dogs, I think they can't stand it. I feel like they're angry, they're upset.
Oh yeah, all the time.
They're not
mad.
Not the big dogs.
I'm only doing this because you give me snacks.
Right. I put the sweater on. I feel like I get more snacks. That's fine. But yeah, I don't think personally, like I've seen dogs. I'm like, I don't feel like they're comfortable. If they mild mannered, they don't get crazy. But yeah, I don't think dogs really like the whole sweater. Right. Exactly. Ain't nobody picking up a 65-pound pit bull. Right. Exactly.
I'll pick Brooklyn up. Like, come on.
Well, you need to put a tutu on Brooklyn.
Right.
And
all right, let's get into it. Oh, let's see. So, all right, so I'm gonna hit you with comments. You remember some of the stuff you wrote? You can kind of bust it out with them. Some of the questions that you had. So if you have any questions, he is a personal injury attorney. So understand where he stands. so he worked in different sections, but right now his main focus is and main job is personal injury. Good morning, D-Wise.
But how would you represent the young man Diora or Diobra that jumped off the trampoline over the judge's bench? How would you have encouraged him to accept a guilty plea, to take what the judge threw at him, to cause him to black out and jump over the bench?
Hold on.
That was crazy.
Before you answer that, would you have known if he was your if you were defending him that this was about to go down?
So look, this is my view on that whole situation.
Yeah,
that bailiff is trash. That's
right.
Right.
Bro,
the moment he started making his way over the table, because he had
never really seen a small courtroom. There's distance.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and then after he's like got his hand out, like, no, don't do that. No.
Yeah, because he's like, bam.
The attorney was doing more than the bailiff was. I was like, what? That was the crazy. I've never seen nothing like that. Bailiff should get fired. Like off top.
But how does he get? The Jimmy Superfly Snooker, back in reference. He's up and over like crossbody. I've been practicing
they're higher.
All my life.
And I'm just
I've been waiting for this moment.
Yeah,
he practiced that.
His defense is like Trump's. I didn't know that I could get in trouble for it.
Right. Jumping on the judge.
He's being charged with attempted murder. Did you know that?
Wow.
Nah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's being charged with it. It happened here in Las Vegas. So he's being charged with attempted murder. But the dude, have you guys watched the video? I think this is something we can talk about tomorrow. But it's hilarious in a sense where he's like, I'm not the same person. I'm a different person now. Right. And as he's going through this whole spiel, he's Your Honor, I don't think I need prison because I'm not that same person that I was. And the judge was like, well, I think this time.
Yeah, when she
said that, when I think this time, he was like, what? She try to send me to jail?
I told her.
I told her I was different.
But see, that was that trauma we talking about, and he was like, I'm not going back there, and
right.
PTSD, it wasn't premeditated. It's just like, oh snap, what's happening? So yeah, but how do you represent him after that?
Like, hey, they both had enough of each other, right?
Right.
Listen,
basically.
He's like, there's a better choice. He could have just ran out the courtroom.
Right.
Leave.
Yeah.
And now he's facing 12 additional charges.
Yeah.
And and attempted murder. They're throwing the book at this cat.
Yeah,
guess what? He's gonna get it.
He's probably gonna die in prison.
Wow.
And it's not right. It's not right. I think it's not right.
So I'll say this. Sometimes it's got to be consequences to certain things that you don't want repeated.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that's the ultimate slap in the face when you can, because the judge is like the one person you shouldn't be able to touch. Like they like to have, he should have had to hit a bailiff, knock down a lawyer, run through a jury, somebody, it should have been a lot of blocks before he got to the judge. But for him to reach the judge, so I can't say attempted murder. I'm not surprised. They gotta. It can't become a thing. It can't be like a slap in the face for attacking the judge.
I'm about to take it somewhere. What about the mass shooters that appear of course from a judge that has taken a bunch of lives and they get off leniently, right? They get off leniently, sit in front of the judge leniently. So, I attack a judge. I don't kill the judge. You're gonna throw the house at me, but I take out a whole school and you let me off easy.
Well, I don't think they let him off easy.
But I mean, they'll never be free again. They'll never walk the street.
All right.
But the thing is, in that situation, when you find yourself, there's protections that are there for the judge.
Right.
And not only the bailiff and other people in the courtroom, but there's laws, there's no leniency going to happen. But for that, like AD was saying, you got to set a precedent here.
Yeah.
Ain't no trampolines in this courtroom. You ain't supposed to be jumping over benches.
Right. And that's the reason it's so high up.
I just wonder,
and the body's so long, so you can't get that close. Yeah. And
I understand what's wrong with him. He was mad because he missed his true calling. Right. He was athletic back in the days, and no one let him on the team. They took the ball, and now you about to take my life? No.
I show you. I've been training for this all my life.
All right. Go ahead.
I don't like laughing at anybody's life who's in that situation.
Not.
But it's not laughing at him. It's laughing at the meme he created.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
All
right. Oh, I guess we did have a question for you, Jared.
We do got.
How would you represent someone like that, or would you represent someone in that situation?
I mean, I don't do criminal law.
Right.
To be honest, my views on the criminal justice system, I'm a black man, so
right.
You know what I mean? And I already knew what it was when I started in law school. Like the first day, I read in the law book, it said in our Anglo-Saxon jurisprudence. I was like, what?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't hide it. They were basically like in our
right in front
law. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they just dressed it up in like some nice words. So I'm like, dang, that's okay. So as soon as I learned that, I was like, all right, once I start getting into the criminal law classes, I'm gonna probably really learn what it's about. And then I got into those classes, and a lot of it just comes down to the politics of it all and where the nation is in terms of how they feel about certain things. So that dude probably got that attempted murder charge just because like this was highly publicized. It was recorded, and like everybody gonna talk about it. It's a joke, like everybody laughing at like at how crazy it is. So like they're trying to be like, oh no, this is serious. Like y'all gonna learn from this. Like we're gonna teach y'all like you never do this again. So they're gonna throw the book at them. And
you're gonna learn today.
Right.
But it is
so Jared, I want to switch this to personal injury. So everybody involved with that possibly has an injury, and can they begin? Who can they sue if, like, the court person who jumped in front and was swinging like this, and I hurt my wrist trying to save this person? Is there a personal injury that they can go after, and if so, how does that look?
All right, so it just all really depends on who each person is, because if you work at the courthouse, it's a little more complicated for you to sue your employer, especially if you're claiming injuries. That wouldn't really be personal injury, that'd be workers' compensation.
Okay.
So I can break down like the difference between workers' compensation and personal injury accidents. Basically, it's simply put it like this: if you get hurt at work while you're working, then that would be workers' compensation. But if you get hurt, say you are in a company car and somebody T-bones you while you're on the way home, that means that it probably wouldn't be workers' compensation because it didn't happen in the course and scope of your employment. It's a legal term that just basically means while you're doing your job. So if you're on the way home, you're not really doing your job, you're going home, right?
Oh, wow.
So getting that accident, then hopefully the person that hits you has insurance. You would go after them, and that'd be a personal injury case. And there's pros and cons to each one. So the pros to workers' compensation is that you can get basically unlimited treatment for the rest of your life, and it's free. It's free 99. So you get all this treatment, and you can actually get better potentially. Whereas if you don't, say you so that's the pro, is the medical treatment. You get as much medical treatment as you want, but the cons are you got to go to the doctors that they tell you to go to. You can't go to whatever doctors you want to go to. They have to be in the network of your workers' compensation package or whatever. And then the other thing is recovery. So if you want to get paid out of your workers' compensation, the thing is capped. It's capped at a certain amount of money. And unfortunately, because of COVID, so every year it was supposed to go up, right? Like say it was like 200,000, supposed to go 225,000, 300. It stopped around COVID because it's just a lot going on. The government had to spend all this money to to do these stimulus packages and all this other stuff, all this stuff that was going on. So they stopped having the money go up every year for workers' comp. So I think the last time I checked, the most you can get out of a workers' comp case is like 200,000, which when you really think about it, if you are not able to walk, you become like paraplegic, something like that, then you're $200,000 is nothing to somebody that can never walk again. So that's the problem with the workers' compensation case. Now, when it comes to actually, I see a question, so I can.
So it said, can people injured while committing crimes sue for
real
personal
quick
injury?
though. So the personal injury and workman's comp, could you do both? Could it be a both and situation where you can get both?
Yep, you can do both. You can do both. But I will say this: if you sue your employer, it's going to complicate your work relationship.
A little bit.
Hey, listen, if I'm over here protecting this judge and I strain a tendon and my arm is never going to be the same again, bump this job. Hey, me.
And so that's another thing though, is like at the same time, there's a fine line, because like if you are in a job where it's required of you to potentially put yourself in harm's way, then they're going to be you're less likely to get a recovery. Like if you're the bailiff in that situation,
the bailiff, but
you know
what about the court person? He was just
court reporter.
Like court reporter, they for sure should be able to sue, because like they shouldn't be expected to have to get.
From what I hear is the one guy who jumped in first was just the clerk, the judge's clerk, and he was the one that was swinging and pounding and looked like he ain't never had a fight in his life. But he was in the thick of it because no one else was. And I like for that situation, like I shouldn't have to do the bailiff's job, man. I had to because everybody else was just sitting around, right?
He's a real one though. He rolled for his judge. He was like,
he did.
Not today.
He was the one that was right in the middle. But
yeah.
All right. So I was just wondering if, like, that person, he can get workman's comp and personal injury.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, it really just depends on the facts of exactly what happened. But in that exact case, I would say most likely, yeah, if he got hurt, I mean, there would be an argument against it just because, like, they're going to say you didn't have to jump in there and defend the judge. Like, that's not part of your job description. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's not course and scope of your employment. But I think the press that they would get, the bad press they would get, they would just all those cases would never go to trial. They would settle well in advance.
Yeah. So even then, I mean, that's not a part of my job, but say I fear for my life because this guy, I didn't know if he was going to get her, get me, get everybody.
Right.
So
I mean, like I said, in that situation, I actually like they're not gonna fight it because it just looks so bad. And the dude did like an honorable thing. Like he didn't have to do it, but he was trying to protect the judge. Like there's nobody that's gonna look at him and be like, you don't deserve some money. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna give him as much money as he wants.
So the moral of the story is make sure it's caught on camera and you're doing the right thing.
Every single time, man. Hey, if it's on camera,
the right side. You gotta pick the right side.
Camera, anything on camera is golden. Because especially in this day and age, like there's so much stuff on camera.
Not according to Kaneem's boy. Anything he do on camera is not true. That's fake news.
It's the holograms.
There you go.
All right, I yield to what Chris is asking.
He said, "Can people get injured while committing a crime and sue for personal injury caused by their actions?" I've heard stories like this.
That's an interesting question. I never ran into. I'll be honest. I don't think I ran into that situation. I still think they could sue, but it depends on how related it is to the crime. Like if you committed a crime and you're suing because in the commission of that crime you got hurt, then it's like it's gonna be kind of hard for you to recover any money because the jury's gonna not want to give you any money because they're like you're a criminal. So it's like, you know what I mean?
I punched through that glass to get that watch out, but my hand got all scratched up, broken. I'm suing the jury store for having that extra hard glass in there. They told me it was easy.
No, so you can't do that.
I gotta tell you guys real quick because there is a case similar to something that he asked about that I dealt with when I was on the defense side. So there was a woman who was the baby moms to this guy. They had a couple kids together, but it was a real toxic relationship. She ended up breaking up. Well, not breaking up with him, but like they were on break or whatever. But she was still living with his parents. So she went to the house after they had broke up and she had her kid with her, but he wasn't there. And so she was trying to get in, but her parents wasn't letting her in. His parents wasn't letting her in. So she broke the glass in the front window to get inside. And in the process of doing it, she scraped her hand up like real bad. Like it was blood everywhere. Mind you, her kid is in her left arm while she's breaking the glass with her right. Okay. So I can tell you right now, and you might find this insane, but this woman actually got money out of the case that she sued. Because she sued the dude's family, even though it's like you broke into their house.
Yeah.
They should be suing you, but you still got money. So and this is, I don't know if this is a California thing. It might be a California thing, but Californians, they'll sue you. You look at them the wrong way. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just crazy, man. So yeah, I guess you can. I guess you to answer Chris's question, yeah, I guess you can, because that is a crime for her to to punch that the glass in their house. Like that's crazy.
Wow. I burned my mouth with that avocado toast. Now I'm suing everybody.
There's the case in California where the guy was breaking through or on the roof and fell through the skylight.
Oh
He was trying to steal some stuff and fell through the roof or whatever.
That's one of the ones I've heard.
Yeah. So I mean, there was a lawsuit there, But you know, frivolous lawsuits come up often, and you know, when we think about frivolous lawsuits, are they really frivolous or are they legit? So we think back, why do you have caution hot on your coffee cup now? Because somebody back in the day burned themselves on the coffee, and there was no warning on the coffee cup, and therefore I sue, I win. Right. And so AD, what was the question I asked about frivolous lawsuit?
Well, I'm gonna drop down to that last one, because I'm sure a lot of people want to know, as far as, especially if you never had a personal injury case, and preferably never have injury case. Sometimes in my community, we feel like, oh yeah, I done hit the jackpot. Someone took my leg off, you know, a Walmart truck ran it over,
and my back.
And my back. I'm gonna get paid. So is getting paid for like Thomas put it, a true injury hard? Should you settle or go to trial? For the most part, I know like there's variations and variants, but overall, like your opinion in this space.
Yeah, so I know it's an attorney answer, but I would just say it depends. I can tell you what it depends on though. First off, it's all about like it starts with, the liability part. Right. Like, are they even at fault? Actually, you know what? Let me take a step back. Before that, it really just depends on the insurance policy of the person who's at fault in the first place. Because say I'll give you like this. In California, when you get in a car accident, the lowest policy limit you could have on your car for bodily injuries is $15,000 per person. So that's nothing though. You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is the sad part is it really just depends on who you get into an accident with. So my advice really is, in terms of car accidents, is every single person that's on the road needs to have an uninsured motorist coverage policy. You need to have it, because there's so many people that get into car accidents with other people that say you're like a drunk driver, but you have no insurance. You get in an accident with that person, you don't have no uninsured motorist coverage. You have no way to get money from them unless they're rich. If they're not rich, if they're not rich and they're not driving for somebody else, say like a corporation or a company, you have no means to get any money from them, because you can sue them and get a judgment in court, but you can never collect on that judgment. And that's the problem. So the whole point of a lot of times when these attorneys go after these corporations is because they know that the corporations, even if they can't pay through their insurance policy, they have some money. They got to have some stock, something. So they're going to get something. Yeah, they're going to get something. Right. It's like that Denzel meme. I'm leaving with something. It's like that, So a lot of it has to do with going after people with fat pockets, knowing you're going to get money when you go after them, and that's it's sad, but it's just it's the world we live in.
Okay. So the moral of the story is getting accidents with people with Lexuses or higher, right?
Yeah. It's funny. Hey, no, it's funny is because when I was in the accident, before I became an attorney, the dude that hit me had a Porsche Panamera 911, but he had insurance through
Geico.
Nah, it wasn't Geico. It was a bummy.
The General.
It was something like that.
Don't dog the General.
But no, he had like a 15-30 policy. You know what I'm saying? So if I was actually really hurt, it would have been problems. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So, you don't think that just because somebody got a nice car.
I was going to say that too. They got good insurance. They got to pay for this car. I'm going to get the least amount of insurance possible, because I'm sure that their premiums are already high. All right.
So being on the other, so you play both sides, right? So if a case goes to length, right? Case goes to length. And at that point, the insurance company decides they want to settle. Do you settle, or you let it go? You let it out. You let the case finish out.
At the end of the day, the decision to settle or not really comes down to the client. I can make my suggestions to the client, my suggestion will depend on how trial is going. If they are offering to settle a trial, then it's most likely that you're, pardon my French, kicking their ass.
Yep.
So you probably should keep the pressure on and just keep going 9 times out of 10. But
you can tell.
The thing is that trial is extremely unpredictable. You have jurors. This is the thing, in my opinion, and somebody told me a quote is basically like a person is intelligent, well-spoken, smart, but people are stupid.
Right. Absolutely.
So when you get a whole bunch of people together, you really don't know what's going to happen. The jury is very unpredictable. So if you say you got like $20 million offer on the table, and you're asking at trial for like 30 million, then it's really just a difference of 10 million. You might eat that, or you might say, look, we don't want that 20 million. We'll take 25. And then if they say 25, then it's like, it's hard to say no. So it really just comes down to cost risk analysis. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it worth it to take that risk to go to trial if you may end up getting less than what they're actually offering you? Because these insurance companies, what they feel like is when they offer this money, if they end up getting a judgment that's less than that, they're going to laugh at you because they're going to be like, we could have paid you more. But you idiots didn't want to take the money. And the funny thing is they're petty because it cost them more to go through the trial and pay the money that they did pay than to just pay that money.
Pay you the money, right?
But they're petty like that because they're like, nah, we don't want it to be on record that we got hosed for X amount of dollars.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, because I asked that question. Because my case, we were done. They was going to closing arguments and like the insurance company doctor is completely just like folded and like the other attorney was like, oh shoot, he was like, we got to settle, right? I saw him do that, and then they come out and they tell something to my attorney, and then she goes, well, not sure what your financial situation is, but they're willing to settle, and she came with a number. I was like, well, I don't want to sound like I'm here all about the money, but I said if I could spend the days off from work to come out here and sit on this trial, I want it, and we go to distance, I'd rather settle. And then she goes, well, I was like, well, but they didn't offer it after, like, I heard them huffing and puffing that they done messed up. They was going to lose, right? Uh-oh. So I just raised it a couple more, and this is how we prayed on. It's like, we're not here, not trying to, about the money, but I did go through a lot of pain, knee surgery and all that stuff. So we settled. I feel that we shouldn't have, but we settled. And we settled because again, I took the advice of my attorney.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, if the difference is 20 million to 30 million, I don't know if that's a big. I settle.
Oh yeah.
but I don't think we're talking $20 million settlements, are we?
Yeah. Right.
I mean, it really depends. Like I said, the thing comes down to the insurance. If most of the time there's this situation that might come up called contribution, where the insurance company always pays these settlements, these judgments, whatever. They usually are the ones that pay it, right? But sometimes the actual individual or company can contribute their own money into the settlement. So when push comes to shove, if somebody's close enough, they might end up trying to, spend a little bit of extra money to do it. And we're just talking about depending on what kind of injuries, how brutal, the case is. I got a case right now I'm dealing with. This is crazy. This is one of the craziest things I ever heard of. There was a guy who was driving a truck high off of heroin and killed like 3-4 people and injured a lot of people. And his insurance for the company that he works for only goes up so much. So it has to go to trial.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And in a situation like that, it's like, I don't think they're ever going to come to us with a number that the client would accept. So that's one
Gotcha.
where it's like you have no choice. You have to go to trial, and you got to try it the whole way through.
Right.
There's it's all about the type of situation and how bad what the person who hurt you, how bad it is what they did. That dude did something so terrible that they need to have their day in court. You know, I see a couple like there's a number of questions on the side.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw some questions out here.
Quick, Jared, I know, and this is good. So for that type of trial that you're going to, is it capped off at one pot amount, or is it capped off per incident?
No, it's unlimited. It's unlimited. It's an unlimited jurisdiction. So that means that the way that it works is there's 3 different types of courts for personal injury cases.
Okay.
You have starting out the smallest. You got small claims.
Okay.
Small claims is you're looking for anything up to $10,000.
Okay.
Anything up to $10,000, that's small claims. Small claims cases go in and out real quick. You can file it, and your case will be heard within 2 to 3 months.
Oh,
you don't have to, for real, like straight up.
I know. I thought you were gonna say weeks or days. Okay,
nah, but that's fast though. That's fast.
I know. I mean,
you don't have to get in it, or you can't get an attorney for a small claims case.
You can't.
No, you can't. You cannot. Well, you can, but the attorney cannot represent you in the small claims trial. Like you have to be.
They can advise you like things. Okay.
Yeah, we can.
Let me clarify this too. What I was asking is the amount of money that's paid out to the people the victims of this case. Is there, like, let's say they all got judgments for $20 million each, and is there a pot of money that can actually pay that money, or would they just get that judgment and just be stuck with whatever crumbs they can try to recover?
Well, that's why, like, normally this is good where if it's going against a corporation, and in this case, it's going against, a corporation. So even if they can't, so there is a pot of money, but that's the insurance policy. So if they,
that's limited,
quote unquote, pop the policy, if they get more than what the policy has, then now the insured themselves has to pay out of pocket. But because it's a corporation, they should have to, quote unquote, should have the money, to pay you back. So that's the only reason why most people, they don't feel any kind of way about going to trial against these corporations, because they should have the money.
So, like, I got you saying. So, like, if I cause an accident and do something, I have a limit on my insurance that will just pay out. They fight with them. They give them the limit. But if a judgment says somewhat more than my limit, then now I'm personally liable for the rest.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah. And that's why these insurance companies are very risk averse, because they don't want to get in a situation where they got to pay more than the policy, because now they have issues with their insured. Now you're going to go to a different insurance because you got screwed over by your own insurance. Now you got to pay out of pocket. And that's what nobody wants to do. Right.
All right. So Chris says, do most high dollar personal injury awards get fully paid? That is a great question. I always wondered.
Yeah, that is a great question. I believe so, but it just really comes down to how much money we're talking about. Like if it's $100 million judgment, then they'll probably come up with some sort of payment agreement. You're not gonna get that like just off top.
No, I check in the mail. No,
man, I wish. Nah, nobody getting no 100. Like, nah, who has 100 million just lying around? Like that's crazy. That's crazy. So like it just depends on how much money we're talking about. Like $20 million, I think they could get that. But it just depends on, and it depends on who we're talking about. It depends on the company. If we're talking like Walmart, you're talking about like McDonald's, you're talking like they got the money. They're gonna pay off top. They're gonna pay all the money, but it just depends on who you're suing.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let me get this last one from Rod. He asked about personal injury, and he was, I guess, specifically Rudy Giuliani defamation case also counts as personal injury, emotional distress. Rudy Giuliani, emotional distress and mental anguish. Can you sue for emotional? Is that hard to prove? Emotional distress and mental anguish.
All right, so defamation is a personal injury matter, but it's Yeah, it has to do with emotional distress. However, defamation really depends on who you are in terms of how easy it is to win a defamation case. If it's just a regular person and you're suing for defamation, all you are trying to prove is you said some defamatory remarks about me. Defamatory remarks basically mean you lied about me. This is stuff that defame my name, put dirt on my name. So now, and that caused me, you know, damages, because damages don't just have to be emotional distress and mental anguish. It could be a lot of different things that you could go through, but that's a regular defamation lawsuit. Rudy Giuliani, unfortunately for him, he is a public figure. Right. So for public figures, it's harder to prove defamation because you have to do everything that I just said, which is number one, you got to prove that whatever they're saying about you is a lie. Number two, you got to prove that they publicized that lie. Number three, or this is the difference between, you know, when you're a celebrity and not. You have to prove that they had malice in putting out that lie. Okay. Malice is like they actually did it, like, you know, because they don't like you, because they wanted to hurt you. Okay. You know, so that's hard to prove because you got to prove a mental state, and proving mental states in people can be tricky. You know, depending on the person. Some people are easier to read than others in terms of getting into their mental state, but you know, people in general are complex, layered individuals. So sometimes what you see is not what you get, and that's really what a lot of my job is about, is reading through the lines and seeing, like, because I'm used to getting lied to at this point. Like I get lied to every day. People lie every day, B. People lie every day, B. But it's, you know, I'm used to it. So like now I'm used to lies. So I'm like just listening. Like, you know, you got to get really good at listening. Okay. Because listening doesn't always have to do obviously with words. Right. We speak a lot more through our body than we do through our words. So you listen to you got to really become a good listener as an attorney. Because man. But yeah, I'm sorry. That was a long-winded response.
No, you good. I'm gonna throw this up here because you know Brian's not here, but he said, "Can a Dallas Cowboy fan sue the team for emotional distress? No matter where we at, no matter when, the Dallas Cowboys come up." All right, go ahead, Larry. You had a question, Larry. What was your question?
Yeah, so he's talking about, you know, do the client sees the money? What's up with these attorney fees? It used to be a 33 1/3. What is it? 40% now?
It really depends. I mean, what it comes down to is this: whatever's on the retainer agreement is what it is. Okay. But they can't go past. But this is the thing: they cannot go past a certain number. So they can't go past, like, anything past 50% is just insane. That's just insane. Well, I've never heard of that ever.
So right. So you said, so now you got that right, and then they write in there the cost of materials, like the video, all stuff to make copies. We had to make copies on stuff, and that equals another $10,000 to $20,000. What's up with that?
You are asking the wrong one. You need to go talk to them. You need to go talk to them, man.
I plead the fifth. Talk to Kobe and Myers.
Right. My advice is, you know, always read the retainer before you sign up with the attorney.
Right. Okay.
Because it's all negotiable. That's what people don't realize. Like, it's all negotiable. So if you get the retainer and you have a really good case, you could be like, look, I know I got a really good case, dog. Like,
you ain't gotta do that much work.
Right. You saying you want this percentage. I don't want that percentage. I want you to have this percentage. And they go from there.
Okay. But now look at it. A person who is distressed that's going there recently in an accident, and they're in pain, and they're like, all right, they're being advised that it might be a good thing to go talk to a lawyer and all that stuff. And when they when they go like this, when they hand you that document and say, hey, you just sign this, you think they got your best interest at heart, which they don't. So yeah. Should they read what they're getting? Totally. But do you comprehend what you're getting at that time? You know, so yeah. Clients should read and know what they're signing and stuff. But
so are you saying Jehrid, like if I come to you for a case and you're like, yeah, sound good. You get your draft, the contract. Is there a urgency and a pressure to sign right there, or can I be like, hey, can I take it and come back? You know, with the
I gotta let my
contract.
lawyer see this.
I gotta let my other lawyers see. Can I read through it?
With any personal injury case, it's a urgency to get a lot of things done as soon as possible because you just got hurt. So you want to get the treatment as soon as possible. But if you're already treating, which I would advise, my number one advice for anybody that gets into an accident is go to a doctor as soon as possible, just so you can at least know what kind of injury you are not dealing with, and then you can make decisions on your own health from there. Because as an attorney, I know what kind of doctors to send you to, but that doesn't mean I'm a doctor, and so I would rather you make decisions on your health than me. However, I have a network of doctors I know who can help you. So I would rather, you know what I'm saying? Like I have the ability to help, but I don't want to make decisions on health for others.
But
that makes sense.
It's a fine line.
Are they the ambulance chaser doctors, or you got legit doctors?
They legit doctors.
I know legit doctors that really like I really believe, like, if I send somebody to a doctor, I wouldn't send them to somebody I wouldn't want to go to personally. So I have relationships with a lot of doctors I built up over years, and a lot of the clients literally like say good things about the same ones. There's ones they say like, oh, I don't really like them or them, and I wouldn't, if it was up to me, if it was my firm, I would not send them to those doctors. But
gotcha. Okay.
Do we need to define the ambulance chaser, or I think people should already understand that?
Yeah, I think
that term.
Hey fellas, I gotta jump, man. Y'all enjoy the day.
Yes, sir.
You have a good day.
Oh, let's see. So Jeff made a valid question. He said, if I negotiate, because if I'm arguing with my attorney, I would feel like, is he going to be effective? He or she is going to be as effective in the work, or just trying to get me done and settled, and will they give me the best advice? I think that's probably my fear, because you're people, and I got on your nerves with this. No, I don't want to do 45. I'll do 30. All right, what about 40? No, I'll do 30. All right, 35. Fine, 35. We go with like after we go back and forth. After I got on your nerves, I'll be like, is he gonna represent me well?
I mean, I would say that's they should not. It should not affect how hard.
Right.
I mean,
find another attorney,
maybe, but it shouldn't, because like you have a once you sign up with that attorney, they have a ethical, legal duty to represent you to the fullest extent that is possible. And if they don't, then they're not abiding by the oath they swore when they became an attorney in the first place. And there's plenty of remedies to issues like that. But what I would really just say is, if you have any like fear that your attorney is not doing everything that they need to do in your case, you should get a new attorney. Like, now, don't even think about it, because if you think that, that's probably what it is. But I mean, before you do that, obviously talk to the attorney and see, like, hey, what's going on? Give them a chance, see what's happening, but you got to make decisions for yourself when it comes to these kind of cases.
Right. And that's true, Sam. Sam says, plus the lawyer still wants to get their money. So,
how about the Benjamins?
All right. So before we get out of here, two things. Because you're in California, if something happens here, I can't call you for that. Can I call you?
I mean, I don't
represent me. I need all the way.
I can't rep you from Okay. But if it happens in California, I got you.
Okay. So anybody get hurt in California, that's the man to call. Call Mr. Jared Mosley. He got you. All right. And the second thing, we got a book dropping this Saturday, right?
Yeah. So my book this Saturday is dropping. Whoops. Hold up.
I'm gonna get you the solo.
Book, The People That Were Never There. Just the back of the book.
Yes.
Yeah, it's dropping Saturday. I'm having a book signing party. It's from 2 to 6. It's in California. For all the people that are not in California, that want to get the book, you can get the book the day after the book signing party. It'll be available on Amazon.
All right.
It will be available on Amazon. So
is there a link we can get now, and they can kind of either put in their cart?
I don't have the link on me right now, unfortunately, but all they have to do is when they're ready to buy the book, like all they have to do is go on Amazon books and just search the people that were never there, and they can find it.
Where about in California?
Is it fiction or nonfiction, Jared?
This is a fictional story. Real quick, sorry, I didn't go in depth on the book signing party. So the book signing party is in Los Angeles, California, View Park, to be specific. So if you are in the LA area, just let me know. And I have a flyer on my IG. My IG is Jehrid M, JEHRID M at Jehrid M. So that is all the information I can. LA. And so my book basically is a fictional book. Basically, what it's about, as you can see from the cover, has to do with aliens. I obviously took liberative, license with this cover because I used the idea of the Sistine Chapel, David, and God, the creation, and I just decided to put a black man and a alien's finger in,
there you go,
or hand in the place of it. And then the back of the book, is a spaceship being sucked into a black hole. If you look real close, that's a spaceship right there. So
okay.
But yeah, the whole idea behind the book is it's about a black man who gets abducted by what he thinks are aliens, but they're not aliens. They're actually humanoids from the future that travel through a black hole in time and space, and met with him to advise him to tell the people on Earth to stop using artificial intelligence, or it's going to destroy the fabric of humanity. And he goes back to Earth with certain abilities, and the story is all about his story, about what he goes through, trying to warn the Earth about artificial intelligence. And I think it's a interesting story and based off of where we are in our time. This book takes place 10 years in the future.
Okay.
There's so much going on right now with just the world, but with the stuff that is in this book, see, Rod said nonfiction. Yep. Exactly. It's literally happening right in front of us. So it's really crazy. The China said that they're gonna have artificial, basically they're gonna have androids that look like us within 2 years.
Wow.
And they're like, oh, it's gonna change the world. And it's like, yeah, no shit, they're like, it's gonna change the world.
Right.
So but yeah, it's pretty crazy. But I like this story. It's real short. It's only 106 pages. So you can run right through it. I'm still willing to mail out signed copies of the book if by request. Just DM me on my IG if you want a signed copy. I will mail you one by request after the book signing party. But the prices, I'm going to be honest with y'all, price is only going up. So get it now.
No doubt. Where at in View Park is your signing?
So the View Park, the exact address is 3810 Mount Vernon Drive. 3810 Mount Vernon Drive, View Park, California. That's my father's house. It's going to start at 2. It's going to end at 6. I'm going to have food, drinks, music, and obviously my book to sign for everybody who wants to come. It's a $25 early RSVP fee in order to get in, and the fee is only associated. The fee is only associated with buying the book. I'm not charging people to come to the book signing party. I'm just charging people to buy the book. And the reason why I'm asking for early RSVP is so I can make sure I have enough books for everybody. So it ain't really 100% about the money. I mean, it's about the money, but it's not 100.
It's all good, brother. I feel you.
You know,
I feel you.
I just want people
It's
to
a
have a
business.
good time and
It's a
enjoy it.
business,
Yeah,
man.
have a good time. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I just
Is
want
one of my favorite areas of LA, so that's why I was asking. So
Nice.
I just want to know: are you going to be attired like you were in the flyer? Are you wearing that svelte black suit that you
I
have
don't
on?
know. I don't think I'm gonna wear that tux, man. It's gonna be California
Right,
cold
girl.
that day.
Yes,
It's gonna
it
be
is.
real California cold. It's gonna be like
Right.
60 degrees, and you know what I'm saying? Like
60.
I said California
here in
cold.
Georgia.
it's cold.
I'm sorry, y'all. I said California cold, man. We're spoiled around here. It's California
you.
cold.
I feel you.
It's 65 people go outside like, oh my God, this is
It's freezing out here.
So you want the M. Night Shyamalan look. All right, M. Night Shyamalan look.
I mean, I'm a little clean, but I don't think I'm gonna wear the tux. But I'll be clean though. You know,
all right.
I'll be clean.
All
But
right,
yeah,
so-
I'm excited, man. I'm unfortunately I know a lot of y'all or all of y'all are not in Cali right now. But like I said, Larry gonna get hooked up off top. I already got some books on the way for him.
Okay.
So you know,
Awesome.
yeah, we building, man. One step at a time. This is just the first
That's
step.
cool.
But I'm excited for the future. I hope
Yes,
y'all
sir.
can cop a copy of the book.
Definitely.
I think this is like going to be a really good read for a lot of people. Actually, and so the funny thing is, a couple people have finished the book so far because I did a little soft release in terms of like, you know, I sold a couple copies to people I work with, friends. A couple people I know they read the book, they liked it. So you know, we'll see where we go from here.
Awesome. All right, I put the Instagram. Make sure you guys follow him on Instagram. Stay connected to Jehrid. He is not only an attorney, he is a writer, an author. So make sure you guys stay. Yep, book number 2. So make sure you guys get that. When you get a chance, send me that link for the event, and I'll shoot that out to the text. So make sure you guys stay connected. Text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. Maybe we'll chat after, see how we can maybe make it virtual, and folks can be there virtually and get the signed copy sent to them. All right.
There you go.
Dope. Yeah, that's dope. That's a dope idea.
Yeah, so we'll connect.
The UFYO t-shirt.
Oh yeah, you on the IG? Yeah, we got shirts and crew necks too, man. We got shirts and crew necks too.
Okay,
we branding out here.
Yes, indeed.
I saw a question from Jeff Carlin saying, "How do you get the book?"
How do we get the book?
So, again, Jeff, if you are in LA, come to the book signing party. The book signing party is this Saturday from 2 to 6 at 310 Mount Vernon Drive. That's VERNON Drive, Mount Vernon Drive, 3810 Mount Vernon Drive. View Park, California. View Park is literally spelled just how it sounds. View, VIEW, Park, PARK. Oh, you're in Portland, Oregon. Okay, so all that doesn't matter. Okay, so Jeff, if you want to get the book,
don't sleep on Jeff. He'll be there. He'll fly in with his helicopter.
So if you do want the copy, Jeff, you can't make it to the party. The book is available on Amazon the day after the book signing party on the 14th. All you have to do is just go on Amazon and type in the people that were never there, and you can buy the book on the 14th, and they'll ship it out to you. Appreciate the support.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Jehrid, thank you for coming through, sharing your knowledge and your information, and being a part of the Brothers of Legacy. I'm gonna make you official. You're now no longer a cousin. You can now go in the refrigerator without asking and get the juice.
Good looking. I appreciate y'all having me on again, man. It's a pleasure to be with you guys to talk about all this stuff.
Awesome. Larry Banks, Thomas Cotton, Kaneem, he had to run out. You know, he's on the road handling business. So we appreciate you guys for watching, hanging out with us, and always supporting and being a part of what we're doing. We're all building, brothers. We're building. So make sure you guys stay connected. Text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. And if your New Year's resolution is to lose some weight, you must hang out with Mr. Larry Banks. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 Eastern and 12 Eastern, right? Indeed.
Yeah,
Make sure you follow him on IG as well. And Thomas
Tuesday
Cotton, get your life right. He's putting it together, the master plan to change your life. So if you feel like you're struggling finding purpose, make sure you stay connected to Mr. Thomas Cotton. Or if you know somebody that's dealing with the penile system and they're trying to do better, they got to want to do better, though. This not just in the mess. We don't want the one in the mess. When you're trying to get out the mess, connect with Thomas Cotton. I'm trying to come up with
this. Let me say this. Two things happened this show. Larry talked about going both ways, and now you're talking about penile system. Those are two different.
All right, 988. If you or someone you love is down the mental health crisis, make sure you down.
Y'all need to get your words right, man. You guys got to get straight penal system.
I hope you didn't catch that. I was hoping you didn't catch that. I said it. I was like, oh.
Prison system. The prison system. You're killing me. You're killing me.
Everybody caught it. Come on, man.
I wanted to say pause.
We can't. We got to get. We got to get the. No, I don't do penile systems.
988. If you're someone you love is having a mental health crisis, make sure you're down 988. Yeah, that's bad, Jeff. That's bad. If Thomas beat you to it, that's very bad. That is not good. I don't know what happened to my show. It's going bad, and I think I'm leading the charge.
It's going downhill.
It's going down. Oh man. Parental advice suggestion. All right. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Forgive me, Lord, but we love you. Jesus loves you better. Stay safe. Make good choices, and we'll see you tomorrow on Freestyle Friday. Peace out.